into just what public education is about, why they have public education, how it actually functions, and the reality is that every state is generated a dollar or a dime, and it matters. It really does matter what you understand, what you have an obligation to. And so they have this thing called the census, and the census counts everyone. Now, even if you don't believe that you're included in the count, believe me, you are. Every human being that is breathing air in America is counted. And then for the states who count their people to receive funding back from the federal government, and that money comes back to the federal government, from the federal government to the local community. Well, then you have states and counties and cities and towns and whatever. And then from there's all those organizations, people participating in how the dollars go. But when we come down to public school children, well, understand everyone is included in the count. And dollars are generated from the federal government by you because of your circumstances, your conditions in life. And as we have so many children who qualify for free and reduced lunch, that's just real. And people have figured out ways to get around the licenses and regulatory guidance from the federal government. And, and because they call it states' rights. Well, the state still has an obligation to you as an individual. And quite frankly, I want to tell you how sick and tired of this shit I'm getting, because every device I have ever purchased here in the state of Nevada doesn't belong to me. It belongs to that network administrator. Contact your network administrator. Who the hell is my network administrator? I've been searching. And then it's not the people that you pay the money to have access to the web. No, it is some kind of state agency, some kind of contracted bullshit. But when your shit starts acting the way it wants to act, and then you can't even be online or make a few strokes before it runs out of memory, and you're supposed to have this MacBook with A1 technology, it's supposed to be so awesome, and you're paying the goddamn warranty, just don't have time to take it in, right? Make time, I guess. I just need to make time, and I've made time for this device, and they really screwed me on it. They put a whole new backplate in, and then before I knew it, I had to pay $20 to get back online. Not that I had $20. Talking about they gave me something. They didn't give me shit, because this thing, it wasn't even ringing. And I'm saying, it doesn't ring, but my computer rings. And I'm saying, enough is enough. So I called, and they told me to reset all of the settings, and I did that. Now I can't use my password manager. I'm just so sick and tired of this shit that we live in. It's because that's what it is, Here we are, living in America, born in America, and where people want to sue you because they want their dollars. And I'm saying, well, I had to stop paying a few people when COVID hit, because guess what? They weren't relevant, meaning that I couldn't afford to pay them and pay my living, costs. I mean, I'm going to survive. So I'm going to pay that damn car note, and I'm going to pay the rent, and I'm going to pay the electricity. I'm going to pay the necessities. You get it? But see, that other shit was kind of like not a necessity. And so they didn't get paid. And so I'm going to go to court, I guess, and maybe we could just give them like $5 or $10 a month. We'll figure it out. But, the whole thing is that, I would have contacted them, but they was calling me every day, and then call me every 3 weeks, every three months. I mean, they were consistent in calling, but there was no extra money then. Now I have the power of having, hello everyone, welcome to my live stream. It's just a live stream. But it's just the ability to understand that we're all living in this thing. You know what I'm saying? It might as well be hell, because quite frankly, you don't have control over anything. Jesse Powell, say my name. Hey, Jesse, welcome to the live stream. It is what it is. My son is home now, and he has his daughter, and they're coming in. And I'm saying, yes, I'm getting conversation. Huh? What now? Oh, lab time. Oh, no, not. I'm on my live in a little bit, okay? Then you'll get lab time. Tell Daddy, have Uncle turn on Uncle's TV for you. He's gone to work, okay? So she gets to run the TV because Uncle has gone to work. And I'm just saying, you got to do what you got to do in America. And most of the time, people don't understand that. So they've come to situations that they don't know how to handle, and then they pretend those situations don't exist, and they really do. So Wells Fargo is suing me, but hey, it really got kind of out of hand because, when you were late, you got the late fee, and then what they're willing to accept. They could have closed the account a long time ago. But I don't know. Half of the money that I owe Wells Fargo now is because of the late fees and overdraft and all that other stuff because there were no new charges since 2022. And that's just real. Thank God I did a snapshot of it when it was connected to my, access. I'd have no access to continue to even have nothing to nothing to offer. As America's just America. And who ever thought we'd be in this situation? I never even thought about being 66 less known, getting ready to go on 67. Yeah, because my sister's going to be 68. And I'm saying, wow. And here we are. Living in America, people don't even understand. Public education is mandatory, boo. I gotta have some water. Public education is just mandatory. Every child in every state is required to go. And after a while, if you don't enroll your child, well, they can come get them. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because you're not providing them access. You have to document everything. And then we need to look at what's really happening because all these people who are not graduating from school, born in the USA, it's insanity because what the hell are they going to do? Now when we can just look on the internet and see people freezing to death in these big cities because there's no services or the services just don't work. Well, in Sacramento, they had this program called Navigators, and the Navigators would work with the not-for-profit agencies, and the not-for-profit agencies would pay them. But, boo, this is your money. It's still the same money. It's just somebody else is controlling it. And when you have a third-party provider providing services to the community, because these are mandated by the state, well, it ain't working. It's just not working. But here we are, still living in America, not going anywhere, and we're not going back, meaning that I'm always going to be free. All the restrictions to my devices make the device act funky, and that's just fraud. Do you not know what fraud is? Fraud is when somebody sells you something, and they tell you it does A, B, C, and then when you get to it and you put it in, and it only does A and B, well, what happened to C? That's fraud. And I'm getting tired of the fraud here in Nevada. Some people just ride high on that shit. And I'm saying, seriously? Well, come on. I guess we have to do what we got to do. Jesse, Jesse, my name is Darlene. That's what my name is. Pleased to meet you, Jesse Powell. And so many people just ride high on all of that. And it's pretty insane because here in Nevada, if you are renting a place and it becomes inhabitable, and then they make you responsible as the renter to make the repairs. And I'm saying, oh, Jesse, well, you shouldn't be here then. I guess you should leave because my life is not made for children. And that's just real. But hey, I'm talking to parents of children who are not making it in public school system because the letter grade of F, I don't know what it represents. Failure or fraud, one or the other. Let me see here. Well, sorry, Jesse, because you're a child and you can go. Because you're a kid. That's what you said. And my life is not made for children. And that's just real. We can look at how this actually works. Oh, look at that. You could put somebody in a timeout. I'm going to put you in timeout for 5 minutes. Is that amazing? I timed you out. So if you're a child, you shouldn't be here and you can move on. But there are tools in this live stream that are unbelievable. But usually I don't remove people, but my live stream is not made for children, and it's not. It's made for people who should have responsibilities, who have failed to accept them. And when they have so many black elected officials, I'm still understanding and attempting to understand just what the heck's going on. Tyler, are you okay in there? Okay. And as so many people refuse to accept personal responsibility for as we stand as American citizens, well, the work still has to be done, and it doesn't matter. So my challenge is to everyone. What are you doing in 2025? Are you watching the school board meetings? Are you watching the city council meetings? Are you paying attention to your state? Because every state has an obligation to you. But if your people are not making it, boo, it's personal and it is problematic. But until we meet again, I'm going to sign off. I've been on here about 11 or 12 minutes. But y'all have a blessed day now. And please follow my podcast over there on Spotify. For whatever reason, what? My podcast is not getting a lot of traffic. That was Parent Empowerment, half an hour on Spotify. Or you can find me on Podbean. And I'll say so long for now. Y'all have a blessed day.